Now, here's 5 tips I'm gonna give to you for a guy who's just turned 23 not too long ago. So, honestly, 5 tips I'm gonna give you if you're just fresh out of high school and have no idea what you want to do with your life, and you're pretty confused on what the next move is. First things first, do not follow the crowd. Rule number one is do not follow the crowd. Do not be a sheep. You know, generally figure out what it is that works for you. If college is your thing, by all means go for it. I mean, I'm in college myself, but by all means go for it. If trade school is your thing, by all means go for it. But don't go to trade school or college because somebody's telling you to do it, or your friends are doing it, or your mom or dad wants to do it. Remember this. This is your life. So keep in mind, whatever it is you decide to do is completely up to you, and you're gonna have to live with that fact. Not saying for the rest of your life. I mean, some things aren't just permanent. You can make decisions and completely change in the middle of it or near the end. I feel like you shouldn't just be wasting your time. Like, yes, you're young, but you shouldn't feel like just because you're young, time will be on your side for a very long time. Because just in a blink of an eye, time flies. So rule number one is figuring out what you want to do. That's that. You don't want to just be drifting by. Rule number two, saving money. When you're fresh out of high school, you're most likely not going to be making a lot of money. You're probably still going to be working at your very first job. Most likely, it makes sense, but I could be wrong. And you probably don't have a lot saved up or don't know how to invest, or majority of you guys won't know how to invest or don't know where to save your money, and probably most of you guys are probably on a joint account with your parents, but I could be wrong. So save money, set a goal of, start small. Don't have some exorbitant goal, like some very crazy goal where it's like, I don't know, $100,000 off rip. I'm not saying that's impossible, that's very doable, but at like 17, 18, some of you guys might graduate early at 17, and some of you guys might graduate at 18. I graduated out of high school at 17. But make a very small goal that's reasonable, like $1,000, maybe $2,000. For me, I suggest 2,000. But 1,000, I feel like it's just a better number. It looks better, and you should go for it. So $1,000. Start with little things. Now, to reach these goals, you have to have consistency. It doesn't just when you feel like putting money into it. That's just what you're gonna do. No, there has to be a system. Everything works with systems. Everything will consistently work with a system. So, if you set up a system where every paycheck that you have is you take out $20 a week, right? $20 a week, every $20 every week goes into your savings account, and 20 times 4 is $80 a month. And you do that, 80 times 10 will give you $800, which is already in 10 months, and add 2 more months to that, that gives you 960 for a year. You know, so you're pretty much there at your goal. By year one, you should be close to your goal. And if you want, you can add extra money to that. So that's rule number two: is set a goal for yourself, a savings goal, and reach it. Rule number three: cut out distractions immediately, right now. I promise you, by cutting out distractions, what I mean is, like, as fast as you can, anything that would distract you from figuring out your life there, or anything that you think is going to prevent you or stunt your growth, whether that's partying, whether that's drugs, whether that's girls. Everybody has a distraction in some way. I don't care who you are. At one point, I feel like everybody had a distraction, right? So I'm gonna take me as an example. I'd say my distraction was, it's kind of hard to tell what my distraction was, honestly. For me, I think it was just friends. I think friends was like my biggest distraction, honestly. Like, your friends' goals and your goals might not align, but you want to still be with your friends all the time, and it might just not, instead of you working on what you need to be working on, spending time with your friends, and you're just not doing what you're supposed to be doing, Sometimes you just gotta take a step back a little bit and just, focus on what's more important. So, like I said, cut out distractions, whether that's women, whether that's females, or whether that's just stupid things as partying. Honestly, partying, I promise you, it'll always be there. For the ones who love to party, I know we're young, you're young as hell, and you want to get lit all the time. But that's not the way to go about it. There's more important things to be learning. Rule number 4: take up as much good information you can around you and learn how to invest. This is a two-in-one right here. Take up as much information as you can, good information from people, like older people, most likely older people. It might be people your age, you never know. There's always smarter, smarter people in the age group, right? Take up as much information as you can and learn how to invest early. Because when time is on your side and you learn how to invest and your money compounds, by the time you're like 50 or 55 or 60, I promise you will be a millionaire. Now, I'm not going to go into depth into how that will work out right now, because this is just a little introduction video. I'll have that in a separate video and break down the math on how that would work. But learn how to invest young, and I promise you will be a millionaire. Or if you're not, let's say you're shy of, I don't know, a couple thousands of dollars from being a millionaire because you weren't putting a lot of money per month into it, you will have a lot of money to live on. Learn how to invest very young. It's what I did, and it's put me very ahead of the game. Last rule. Here's the very last rule I'm gonna give to you. Work on your physical health and your mental health. Now, this one's very important because as much as I see a lot of people work on it nowadays, I feel like, honestly, there's a lot of you guys who work on like looking good on the outside and disregard what's going on in the inside. Like, okay, yes, you're lifting or benching 315 and you're curling and you look jacked and you look good, but are you taking care of your insides too? What I mean, are you constantly just, drinking? Are you constantly drinking every week? Or are you drinking every day? Are you constantly smoking? Are you constantly doing this? All of this plays a role in your health, and people don't think it does because they're young. But cut out this unnecessary things. It doesn't need to be an everyday thing. You understand? So it's like you can do it once in a while. There's nothing wrong. Occasionally you can do that type of stuff, but you shouldn't be doing it every day. Really, I mean, really sit there and think about it. What do you gain out of it? What do you gain out of it? Look at it like this. Like, if that's a way for you and your friends to bond, then is it really, do you guys really have anything to bond on? Like, you shouldn't have to be doing like, drugs for you to be bonding with someone, or just drinking alcohol for you to bond with somebody. I mean, there's millions of other ways you guys can go out. If money is an issue, you guys can find other things to do. It shouldn't be the word for you to enjoy a good time or have a good time with your boy or with your friend, or I don't know, with your girl. It has to become down to that. So, like I said, cut out that type of stuff, because physical health is very important. At least go to the gym like 2 to 3 times a week. When I first started, it was 5 times a week. Everybody's different. Some people love the gym, some people don't. But it's very important. You need it. It's a requirement. In my opinion, it's generally a requirement. Here's why it's a requirement, right? Because once you start lifting, not only will you look at yourself and like what you see, you'll mentally feel better. Like, let's say you're stressed out, right? For me, it's a stress relief, right? Let's say you're a person who's stressed out, you're under a lot of pressure. Once you hit that gym, you hit those weights, you relieve that stress, and now you're able to think with a calm and cool, collected mind. So I think it's very important for you to go to the gym, or even if you don't do the gym, find a positive outlet, meaning find something that you could just emit all that energy that you have within you.